Hey everyone, welcome back to English Talk with Luna, the podcast dedicated to helping you speak English with natural flow, total confidence, and zero hesitation. If you're a fan of learning real-world English in a straightforward way, don't forget to follow our channel and pass this episode along to a friend who's on their own language journey.
That's right. Today's show is going to be a deep dive because we are breaking down 3 tiny words that cause massive confusion.
Oh, a total nightmare for many. We are talking about either, neither, and rather. But before we get into the heavy lifting, Kai, how was your weekend?
My weekend? Well, I had every intention of just relaxing, but I ended up on a cleaning spree in my apartment for 5 hours straight.
5 hours of cleaning? That doesn't sound like much of a break.
It really wasn't, but that's just my personality. I either clean everything until it's spotless, or I don't even bother starting. I either clean everything perfectly, or I don't clean at all.
Did you all hear that? Kai just slipped either into the conversation without even trying.
Oh boy, I just walked right into my own trap, didn't I?
You certainly did, but it's the perfect opening because today we want to show you how these words function in real-life speech, not just as dusty rules in a textbook. These terms are used constantly by native speakers.
Exactly. Yet students often freeze up, especially when trying to choose between either and neither.
True. I hear many students say, "me too not," when they really mean "me neither."
Or they'll say, "I don't like coffee too," instead of, "I don't like coffee either." So today we are fixing those mistakes, slowly, calmly, and step by step.
Let's start with a basic scenario. Imagine I tell you, "I don't like spicy food."
And I respond, "I don't like spicy food either." In this case, either is functioning as also not. That's rule number 1.
Either is basically the also for negative sentences. So if someone says, "I'm not tired," your response should be, "I'm not tired either."
Got it. But pay attention. Either is strictly for negative sentences. It has no place in a positive sentence.
Right. You can't say, "I like coffee either." That sounds totally wrong. If the statement is positive, stick with to.
Precisely. I like coffee. Me too. But if it's negative, I don't like coffee. Me either. Or, the more complete, I don't like coffee either.
Now, here's a little secret. You will hear some native speakers say, "me either."
Yes, that's quite common in casual American English. However, if you want to be more grammatically formal, you'd say, "neither do I."
Ah, now we're stepping into the territory of neither. Let's compare. I say, "I don't like horror movies."
Neither do I. Here, neither is doing the work of the entire negative sentence. It sounds a bit more sophisticated, doesn't it?
Definitely. It's that step up from beginner to intermediate. But let's keep the explanation simple.
Take this sentence. I don't eat meat. If I want to agree with you, I can say, I don't eat meat either.
Or I can use the shorter version, "neither do I." Both mean the same thing, but the structure is flipped. Neither starts the sentence, and then we invert the verb. Instead of I do, we say, do I. Neither do I.
Let's look at the past tense. I didn't watch the movie.
Neither did I. Notice we used did. You must always mirror the auxiliary verb from the previous sentence. This is a critical point.
Let's bring this to life. Imagine 2 friends chatting. Friend 1, I'm not ready for the exam. Friend 2, I'm not ready either. Or neither am I. Both are perfectly correct.
Now let's explore a different face of either.
Yes, because either isn't just for agreeing, it's for choosing. For example, you can sit either here or there. This means you pick one out of the 2 options. Just one, not both.
Another example, we can watch either a comedy or a thriller. It means we have to make a choice. So remember, either works in 2 ways, agreeing with a negative, also not, or picking one of two options.
Great. Now let's pull neither into the choice format. This is where many learners get stuck. Example, neither option is good. This means option A is bad and option B is bad. You're left with 0 good choices.
Think of neither tea nor coffee. It means you don't want the tea and you don't want the coffee. It's a very strong way to say no to both.
Let's compare. Either A or B, you take 1. Neither A nor B, you take 0. See the logic? Either goes with or, and neither goes with nor. They're a team.
Next up, the word rather.
Ah, rather is a favorite of mine. It's all about preference. For example, I would rather stay home. That means I prefer the idea of staying home over going out.
We usually use the full would rather, but in conversation, it almost always becomes the contraction. I'd rather, like I'd rather sleep early.
Compare that to either. If someone asks, do you want tea or coffee, and you're flexible, you say, either is fine. But if you have a clear favorite, you say, I'd rather have coffee.
Exactly. Let's add some emotion. Imagine someone invites you to a party when you're exhausted. You say, I'd rather stay home tonight. It's natural, polite, and not offensive.
One vital rule. After would rather, use the base verb. No to allowed. Don't say, I would rather to go. That is a common error.
Correct. It's always, I would rather go. Keep the verb simple.
Here's a quick task for our listeners. Think of something you dislike and say, I don't like blank either. Then think of something you'd prefer. I'd rather blank. See? You're practicing with us.
All right, let's tackle a mistake that pops up almost every single week.
Let me guess. Is it, I don't like it too?
Spot on. And every time an English teacher hears that, they feel a tiny pinch of pain. We know you're trying to agree, but you're using to instead of either in a negative context.
So let's burn this rule into our brains. Positive sentence, use to. Negative sentence, use either. Simple as that.
Yet learners forget because in many languages, one single word covers both meanings.
Right. I like pizza too. But if I say I don't like pizza, you have to say I don't like pizza either. No to allowed there.
Let's make it more conversational. Two colleagues. Colleague A says, I'm not happy with this project. Colleague B says, I'm not happy either. Sounds very natural.
Now let's level up. In that same situation, colleague B could say, neither am I. That sounds much more fluent. And notice the verb follows the lead of the first sentence. I am not becomes neither am I. The order is the key.
Let's practice with other verbs. I can't swim. I can't either. Perfect. I won't go to the party. Neither will I. You see, we just repeat the auxiliary verb. Am, is, are, do, did, can, will, whatever started the conversation.
Technically, this is inversion, but don't let the grammar labels scare you. Just mimic the structure.
Here's another point of confusion. When do I put either at the end, and when does neither start the sentence?
Let's look at the contrast. Sentence, I don't understand this lesson. Response A, I don't understand either. Response B, neither do I. Both are 100% correct. If you're a beginner, putting either at the end is usually easier. Once you feel comfortable, give neither do I a try.
Now back to choices with either. Example, you can either call me or text me. The golden rule here is that either usually sits right before the first option, either A or B. Be careful with the placement.
Another one. She will either study medicine or study law. It's a choice between two paths.
Here's a trap learners fall into, using either for two negative thoughts. That's a mistake. For two negatives, we need neither nor. Example, neither the manager nor the employees were ready. Both groups failed to be ready.
And don't forget subject-verb agreement.
Yes, it's a bit tricky. In formal English, the verb should agree with the subject closest to it. Neither the teacher nor the students are here because students is plural. However, in casual talk, people aren't always this strict, but it's good to know the proper way.
Let's talk more about rather. This word actually lets your personality shine through.
It really does. It highlights your preference. Example, I'd rather watch a movie than read a book. Remember this pattern. I'd rather verb than verb. Keep both verbs in the base form.
No past tense here, guys. Even though we use would, the verb stays simple. Example, I'd rather eat at home than go out. Not to go, never to.
Let's make it more expressive. Imagine a friend says, let's go camping in the middle of a thunderstorm. If you hate the rain, you'd say, I'd rather stay dry. A very firm preference.
Interesting note, in British English, rather can stand alone to mean quite, like it's rather cold today. But today our focus is on would rather, because it's the king of conversational preferences.
Let's blend all three words into a single conversation. Great idea. Two friends are debating dinner. Friend A, pasta or sushi? Friend B, either is fine, meaning I'm happy with both. Friend A, actually, I don't like sushi. Friend B, I don't like sushi either. Friend C joining the talk, neither do I. Friend B then says, actually, I'd rather eat pasta.
See how naturally they fit together? That's why this is so powerful. These words make you sound like a native.
Let's talk about pronunciation for a second. Either has two lives. Either or either. Both are totally correct. It's the same for neither. Neither or neither. Pick the one you like and stick with it.
Let's do a lightning round. I'll say a sentence, you respond with either or neither. I don't like waking up early.
I don't like waking up early either. Or, neither do I.
Next, you can have tea or coffee.
Either is fine. Perfect.
I don't want tea. I don't want coffee.
I want neither tea nor coffee. Excellent.
Now we're going a bit deeper. We're not just talking about definitions, we're training your brain to think in English.
Exactly. This is the part where learners finally have that aha moment.
That's how real progress happens. Now, let's focus on the classic errors beginners make in the real world, not just in exams.
First up, double negatives. I hear many students say, I don't like neither of them. It might sound okay in your native language, but in English it's a big error. Because neither is already negative, you don't need don't.
The correct way is, I like neither of them, or I don't like either of them. Spot the difference? Neither is a negative all by itself. Either needs a negative verb to work with. Choose one, never both.
Let's practice this clearly. Wrong. She doesn't want neither option. Correct. She doesn't want either option. Or she wants neither option.
Another common slip, word order after neither. Learners often say, neither I do. That's incorrect. It has to be neither do I. We flip the verb and subject just like a question. Do you like coffee? Yes, I do. So, for agreement, neither do I. Let's test you. I can't drive.
Neither can I. Definitely not neither I can.
One more. I didn't finish my homework.
Neither did I. Spot on.
Tone and attitude are everything. Would rather can sound very polite or quite intense depending on how you say it.
For instance, if a friend invites you to a boring meeting, you might say slowly, I'd rather stay home. That's calm and clear. But if you're frustrated and say loudly, I'd rather sleep, it sounds sharp. Grammar is the bones, but tone is the flesh.
Let's compare I prefer tea versus I'd rather have tea. They mean the same, but would rather is much more common in spoken English. It feels more natural.
Fun fact, You can use would rather for the past, but the grammar changes. Example, I'd rather you didn't call me late at night. Notice we used didn't, past, even though we're talking about now. It's tricky, but for beginners, just remember I'd rather plus base verb when you're talking about your own actions.
Let's do some quick fire corrections. I say the wrong sentence, you fix it. Sentence 1. I don't like pizza too.
I don't like pizza either.
Sentence 2. Neither I am ready.
Neither am I.
Sentence 3. I would rather to go home.
Drop the to. I would rather go home.
Sentence 4. I don't want tea and I don't want coffee also.
I want neither tea nor coffee. Much smoother.
Now some mini dialogues. Students after class. Student A. I didn't understand today's lesson. Student B. Neither did I. It was confusing.
Here's one with friends. Friend 1. Sit here or over there. Friend 2. Either seat is fine.
And the rebellious teenager. Parent. Do you want to clean your room or wash the dishes? Teen. I'd rather sleep. Real life, right?
Let's talk about clarity. Don't use either when you mean both. For example, either of my parents are doctors sounds like only one is a doctor. If both are, say, both of my parents are doctors.
Here's the psychological breakdown. Neither rejects both. Either accepts one. Rather shows your preference. 3 words, 3 different vibes.
English isn't just about rules. It's about choosing an emotion. If someone asks, train or bus, saying either is fine shows you're flexible. Neither shows you're not interested. I'd rather drive shows you have a better idea. These words give you control.
Okay, let's bring it all home naturally. No more grammar class vibes, just real talk.
Exactly. Grammar only matters if it helps you speak with ease. Let's plan our weekend, Kai. Do you want to hit a movie or grab dinner?
Either sounds good, honestly. I just want to relax. See how easy that was? Either sounds good. No stress, no translating in my head. It just flows.
Now let's tweak the scenario. Cook at home or order fast food?
Neither. I'd rather eat something healthy. Perfect. You rejected the bad options and offered a better one. And I didn't use a double negative. I stayed clear and confident.
Now for the drama scenario. Friend asks, do you like Sarah or Anna?
Ooh, ouch. I'd say neither. I'm not looking to date right now. Diplomatic. Or either one would be lucky to have me.
Confidence level 100. That's how you show personality in English.
Let's hit that negative agreement one last time. I don't like it too is the number one mistake. For negatives, use either. I'm tired. I'm tired too. I'm not tired. I'm not tired either. Total contrast. Positive equals to. Negative equals either.
Let's end with a story. 2 friends choosing a university path. Friend A says, engineering or medicine? Friend B, either career can be successful. It's about what you love. Friend A, honestly, I like neither of them. Friend B, then what would you rather study? Friend A, I'd rather study design. So smooth.
Don't obsess over pronunciation. Either or either, just be confident.
If you avoid these words, your English stays basic. When you use them, you sound advanced. They're the glue that holds fluent sentences together.
Practice the short hits. Me neither, either one, I'd rather not.
Finally, remember the big 3. Either, 1 of 2, also not. Neither, 0 of 2, also not, with inversion. Would rather, preference. No double negatives with neither. Use either with negative verbs and skip the to after would rather.
Time to wrap up. If this episode helped, follow us. Share it with a friend who keeps saying, I don't want neither.
Yes, let's fix that together. Write your own sentences in the comments. We love reading them.
Keep at it. Keep talking. And remember, neither Luna nor I were perfect when we started.
And we'd rather see you make a few mistakes than stay silent. See you in the next episode.
Catch you later.